Hello all my merry makers and welcome to December 14th. Yeah, 14th. Today we are going to be doing a Advent unboxing plus String Theory Thursday. In case you haven't seen it before, String Theory Thursdays are me going over something in either knit or crochet, kind of guiding you in construction techniques. Well, today I'm doing both knit and crochet, and today's segment is called Yarn Over, How Do You Yarn Over? More on that in a little bit. That is my dinner. 1 second. Alright, there we go. Dinner will not be burnt. Hooray! Did I turn off the oven? I think I turned off the oven. I'll check that in a second. Okay, so first, Advent unboxing. Today is day 14. Day 14! Will it be another pastel? Will it be an autumnal? Will it be a solid? Let's see. Oh, that is solid. That's like a... I don't know, I'm getting mint vibes from this. So here's the interesting thing. Let's get the rest of the solids up in here. That's not a solid, that's a variant. Not a variant. No, I didn't watch Loki. So there you go. That's that. So you can see how it's more of a blue teal type color. So that's it with the solids. However, it also kind of goes, at least with this, oh, where's my camera? There it is. Kind of goes with this one. I thought it went with this one, but it does not. Let's see. And a little bit this one? Nah. Okay, mostly this one and this one. You could see how they could coexist together. So, I gotta admit, Rainbow Fusions is definitely keeping me guessing on what order I'm gonna be sticking these in. Which is fun because we're already more than halfway through it. All right. So, yarn overs. One of the most basic things that you have to do in both knit and crochet. So, before we begin, here are my disclaimers, for lack of a better term. When I knit continental, and I am right-handed. When I crochet, I think it's called a knife hold, and I am right-handed. So, the way I'm going to be talking to you as if you are right-handed as well. If you're not, I don't know how much this applies to you. So, without further ado, let's examine the yarn over. So we are going to start with knitting because I'm more familiar with the actual particulars of knitting. And basically what I'm talking about is how you wrap your yarn around your needle in order to complete a stitch. We are just going to be looking at knit stitches. So in knitting, you put your needle in the front, through the front loop, towards the back. And and then the way that most people do it is they take the yarn and then wrap it around the needle clockwise. So as if this were a clock, starting at 12 o'clock up here, going around to 6 o'clock. And then they bring it back up. So what happens if you go counterclockwise? Well, if you go counterclockwise, it doesn't look immediately any different, does it? But I can tell that these last two stitches are facing a different direction than the other two. Oh, I was hoping by choosing a light colored yarn we would be able to see this better. But see how these are slightly pointed to the right and these are slightly pointed to the left? So that's the difference in knitting. Now, what I'm planning on doing is knitting two different swatches. One where I do clockwise all the way, and one where I do counterclockwise all the way. And I'm going to see if you guys can spot the differences between those two. I'm going to do that off camera, obviously, and then come back. The second way I'm going to be talking about yarn overs is in crochet. Shoot, I should have cast on before oh well. In for a penny, in for a pound. I can't seem to know what my brain is doing right now. Hold on. Okay. I don't know why that was hard to do on camera, but okay. Sometimes my brain is weird. Uh-oh. I'm going to turn my phone on silent. Okay. So, for crochet, it's the same. The most way that's taught, whether you are a knife gripper or a pencil gripper or something completely different, even if you're just doing a chain, you're wrapping the yarn clockwise around your hook. And especially when you're doing double crochets, it leads to a more uniform, supposedly, look when you're doing clockwise. And you see how slow I'm going because I'm not used to thinking about which way I am wrapping my yarn. And this was basically spurred on by a comment that I got from one of my tutorials about how I finish my double crochets. If I'm understanding them correctly, they were saying that I don't go clockwise all the time. So normally, I mix it up. I'll be honest, I mix it up. I mix it up between clockwise and counterclockwise. I just go. I don't think about where the yarn is, I just grab it. So again, I'm going to do a swatch and see if it makes a difference. And when I come back, I'm going to have two different swatches. One is going to be all clockwise, and the other one is going to be normal. And it'll be up to you, the viewer, I'm trying to point at the camera, to try to see if you could spot the difference. I'll be back with those samples. Why aren't we pausing? Why can't I pause? I love doing experiments. They can change your whole view on things. So we're going to start with knitting. I'm going to zoom in here if I can. So one of these, I made sure I went clockwise, and one of these, I made sure I went counterclockwise. Do. Time's up. So this one, I made sure that I went clockwise. I was when I wrapped my yarn around my needle. Now this is stockinette, so that is for both when I knit and when I purl to make this particular sample. And something I noticed about this is I used a size 7 needle. It looks more like a braid, which I thought looked really nice. And I feel like my stitches may have been a little bit more even here. And this one, I did counterclockwise, which funnily enough is actually the way I normally do it. I didn't realize that about myself, so I really liked finding that out. It's interesting to me because here the knits look less braided and more stacked. And it doesn't look bad, but I kind of like the way this one looks better. I don't know. Might have to change the way I'm knitting. This was definitely faster because that's what I'm used to. There we go. Alright, my other camera decided to give up the ghost on me, so sorry about that. I'm using the backup camera now, which does the weird color change thing. This changes what I'm doing today. Anyway, so what I was saying was, this one doesn't focus as well either. So, let's see if I can get it to focus on what I want it to look at. So since this one looks more braided, I'm definitely leaning towards changing the way I knit, believe it or not. Alright, then you've got crochet. One of these I made sure that because of the problems with the camera, I'll definitely take pictures of these and post them on my community tab. Again, my apologies. So the one on the right, the one is the one that I made sure that I was going clockwise the whole time, which I was surprised how much that slowed me down. But it does look more uniform. Again, hard to tell with this camera. So we'll see how long it takes me to get my other camera fixed. And then here's what I normally do, which is I start out clockwise and then I, do whatever comes to me. It doesn't look bad, but it's definitely not as uniform as this. So, maybe I need to change the way I'm crocheting too. Who knew? Alright, my merry makers, that is it for today's video. Again, sorry about the change in quality. Guess I'm trying to go get my camera fixed today. We'll see. If you liked this video, please leave me a like. Feel free to comment. I love getting comments because it spurs videos like this and it might change the way I think. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. sharing with your friends, and in the meantime, make what makes you merry. Ciao!